New 76ers arrival makes bold LeBron James claim, evaluates title chances. New 76ers executive Tomas Balcitis believes LeBron James can remain an elite contributor for another 3 or 4 years and says the star-studded Sixers have the talent and motivation to realistically compete for an NBA championship. Former Denver Nuggets executive Tomas Balcitis is returning to the NBA after one season with EuroLeague team Žalgiris Kaunas, joining a dramatically revamped Philadelphia 76ers organization. In an interview with Basket News' Lukas Malinauskas, Balcitis revealed that discussions with Philadelphia began in mid-June and gradually developed into an agreement that will see him serve as the team's head of basketball intelligence, analytics, and innovation. Balcitis spent 12 years with the Nuggets organization before returning to Lithuania in 2025, eventually rising to assistant general manager in Denver and being part of the front office that built the Nikola Jokic-led team that won the franchise's first NBA championship in 2023. He then spent the 2025-26 campaign working on analytics, innovation, and technology with Žalgiris. Tim Connolly helped Balcitis land 76ers role. Balcitis explained that former Nuggets executive Tim Connolly played an important part in the process by recommending him to Philadelphia's new management. The initial contact came through Jameer Nelson, who was promoted to executive vice president of basketball operations as part of Philadelphia's front office changes. Mike Ganzi later took over as president of basketball operations. "We actually started talking to them in mid-June," Balcitis told Basket News. "My former boss, Tim Connolly, was always a key factor. Throughout the whole process, he vouched for me to their management and really contributed a lot." The process continued during the NBA Summer League in Las Vegas, and Balcitis had another significant conversation upon returning to Lithuania. "The role is really serious, the team is amazing, and I really like the people who took over the management," he said. His responsibilities will extend far beyond traditional analytics. "It's basically salary cap matters, the entire analytics engine and innovation, as well as working with AI tools," Balcitis explained. Philadelphia also wants Balcitis to continue scouting players both internationally and in the United States, something he did extensively during his 12 years in Denver. "They say, look, your responsibilities are these 3 things, but we'd really like you to go scouting, both in international basketball and in the United States itself." Again, it's going to be a very versatile role. LeBron James, Jaylen Brown moves increased excitement. Balcitis began speaking with Philadelphia before the franchise completed the 2 moves that transformed its offseason, acquiring Jaylen Brown and signing LeBron James. Brown arrived in a blockbuster trade, while the 41-year-old James subsequently joined Philadelphia on a 2-year, $8 million contract after 8 seasons with the Lakers. The Sixers now have James and Brown alongside Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe. Philadelphia also reshaped its supporting cast under Ganzi, adding Anthony Simons, Dean Wade, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope among other pieces. Balcitis admitted those additions made the Philadelphia opportunity even more appealing. "My excitement definitely increased," he said with a smile. "I always wanted to go there, but during the final interviews I wanted to go there even more. I would have been really disappointed if it hadn't worked out." The additions have also dramatically increased expectations. "Of course, there will be more pressure now, but that's fine. I'm not afraid of pressure. Pressure is a privilege," Balcitis said. "If there is pressure, it means that you are expected to deliver and valued, not only individually, but also by the entire team, the management," he added. "If you feel pressure, you have an opportunity to show the world what you can do." Balcitis believes LeBron can play another 3 to 4 years. Balcitis was particularly enthusiastic about the impact James can still make despite entering his 24th NBA season. "He remains one of the smartest and highest IQ players in the entire NBA," Balcitis said. "That understanding only increases with age." While acknowledging that James is no longer the same overwhelming physical force he was earlier in his career, Balcitis believes his intelligence and versatility continue to provide enormous value. "We're talking about a living legend," he said. Whether he's 42 or 45, as long as he's on the court, he'll always have a chance to win championship rings. It's hard to imagine anything better happening to Philadelphia than LeBron arriving. We're going to get the best version of him because he understands his own knowledge. I think he's starting to see his role a little differently now, not as the sole alpha leader, but as someone who contributes to everything. Balcetis believes Philadelphia could also benefit from James no longer having to operate as the team's lone dominant defensive force. Asked whether LeBron could actually transition into more of a role-player type position at this stage of his career, Balcetis clarified what he meant. Of course, role-player sounds relative, Balcetis noted. He still was and will be one of the main players, but he won't be the only scorer anymore. However, I believe that in the playoffs, we'll see the LeBron we're accustomed to seeing. Because LeBron is able to adapt to others with his IQ and his ability to distribute the ball, he can comfortably play at the highest level like this for another 3 or 4 years. 76ers roster may not be finished. Balcetis sees Philadelphia as a legitimate contender to win the Eastern Conference but suggested the roster could still undergo some changes before or during the 2026-27 season. The team looks amazing, he said. We also have really serious bench players, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Dean Wade, Anthony Simons. There is definitely a chance to win the Eastern Conference. I don't think the roster framework is even completely finished yet. The season is long, and we could still see certain adjustments. Maybe there won't be any major changes anymore, but smaller ones can be expected. You never know how things will play out. Health and the overall atmosphere within the team can make a huge difference. But from what I understand, everyone is already highly motivated and ready to make sacrifices for a common goal.